Good afternoon, everybody. It's Wednesday again. And yeah, they come around quick, don't they? And look what we're on, tile 105. My goodness me. And you know what? I'm so into it now and I'm so used to doing it. It's just sort of part of my daily routine. And that's not just, creating a tile. I mean, I do lots of those. But actually coming on and joining us. And I really look forward to, just to sort of catching up again and seeing how everybody is. So welcome. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much, by the way, for Monday for joining in. Hopefully I'm really excited about it. I'm really looking forward to see what else is going to go on. Oh, hang on 1 second. Yeah, thank you. You know what? It's because I've got a new phone. And there we go. All sorted. Look, it's just my thing. Yeah. So what have I got today then? I've got a dark grey tile, my sort of charcoaly one. I've got a button as well. I know we've not used one of these in a long time. And you don't need one. I'm going to work straight on the tile, but then I'll show you what I've done with the button a little bit later. But I'm going to use it to draw around. Okay, so first of all then, what I'm going to do, that's going to go sort of central. And what do I have? I've got my pencil, I've got my tortillon, I've got my regular pen. And because it's a sort of a darker colour, I've actually got my white charcoal pencil as well. My white. But I do have my white pastel, so you could use either. They'll work in the same way. So let's just get all that out of the way for now, and shall we get a start on? Okay, first thing then is I'm going to just use my pencil and I'm going to draw around my button. Oh, I apologise for my cuts and bruises on my hand. It's our guillotine. We've recently had it sharpened. Yeah, and it's it's a little bit, sometimes you put your hand underneath it and you think, I should have done that. But there you go. Okay, so I've got that circle there. Now, if I was doing this, and I was going to use my button, then I would draw on my button, and it doesn't matter which side, it's fine. But for this instructions, I'm going to draw straight onto the tile, okay? So that's fine. So circle in the centre, and I'm going to come straight in with a pen. Here we go then. Let's go a little bit larger so you can just see that pencil marks there. All right, here we go then. So just following that shape that we've drawn with that pencil there, I'm just going to add a ring of bubbles. Okay, so there's no rush, and I'm actually working just on the inside of it, but you can work on the outside if you like. And of course, if you're suddenly panicking and thinking, oh my goodness, I've got nothing to draw around that's round, sketch it, don't worry about it. It doesn't have to be round. It's just that I've decided I'm going to use that button today. So you could make it oval, you could do square if you want to. It's anything you want to do, that's absolutely fine. It'll work with any of them. So here we go. Just adding those bubbles. Now, don't worry about them being a different size. I think mine are getting a little bit bigger as I'm going round. You want them just sort of touching each other if you can. And it's nice, isn't it, to have that little bit of characteristics in it. If they were all perfectly round, then they would all be a little bit bland, I think. It's just nice to do something a bit different with them. Okay, almost there. Almost. A couple more. So yeah, get another 2 in. There we go. All right. Oh, hello, everybody. Thank you for joining. It's great to see you all. I say, you know what I mean when I say see. Yeah. Okay, so let's come on in the middle then. Let's have a larger bubble. There we go. All right. And then another larger bubble. And then another larger bubble. Okay, oh, intriguing. And what are we doing with these bubbles? Notice they're quite large. We don't want to be sort of shy with them today. When I say large, if you imagine, let's have a look here. Not quite as big as the end of my pen there, but You don't want these too small, that's what I'm saying. Okay. Let's have another one there. Okay. So I'm not this time trying to create a sort of bubbles all the same going around. I'm creating this sort of, I know, dare I use the word random? Yeah, I'm not doing a random. Yeah, I am really. I'm just trying to make a sort of a ring of these lovely bubble shapes. Oh, thank you, Lorraine. Do you know what? I like to do these as well. In fact, you know, I think I'd miss it if we didn't. Anyway, I'm going to put a little one there because I haven't got much space, but try and not make them too small. Okay, so there's another one. Now again, if they aren't round, it doesn't matter. This will work regardless. Oh, did you, Jackie? What do you think of the badge? Aren't they lovely? I was so pleased when I got them. Yeah. There we are. You see, so I'm not trying to create a circle around this. I'm just adding these larger bubbles. But it's not about them all being exactly the same. We just want sort of a shape around. I'm going to put another one there, see? Okay. And keep going. Now, of course, if you've got a cream tile, you'd still be doing exactly the same. Or maybe today you've used a black tile, in which case you'll be using a white gel pen or gold maybe. All right. Okay. How's that then? All right, so it's not circular in a sense, it's getting a little bit more square, but that's fine. Oh, thank you. Do you know, I'm so pleased with those badges. They're lovely. I'm ever so glad you like them. Okay. Now, you see the gaps I've got left? I am going to put a bubble and then I'm just going to fill the rest out. Just with that black ink. There we are. See? Just working there. See, I'm even going to put one there. Look, just so I've got a gap. What badge? Oh, Joanne. Where you been? No, it's, you know, we did the tile swap on Monday. I've got a little folder, you know, so you can like store them in and things. It was just a little kit I put together, and being that I've just got some badges come into stock, I thought it'd be nice to put one of them in. It's just nice that we all feel part of a community. So yeah, the badges are in with those. So, this lovely little enamel Sanntangle badge. I actually, I think I wore mine on the last show I did at Create and Craft. So, yeah, they're about, I don't know how big they are. They're round anyway, they've got the clock in and things. Alright, so there we go. We've got these sort of little bubbles. Viv, they're not in my shop yet, not on their own, but I will put them on there. I will. There we go. Are we ready for the next bit then? Alright, let's go a little bit larger this time. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to work in one of these bubbles here. And I'm going to go sort of one edge to the other, a little bit of a curl. Then a little bit of a curl. So I've sort of got a curved triangle shape. Okay. And then I'm going to go back again and create a bit more of a sort of a triangle shape there, look. And then I'm going to start here and curl it back around again. And I start here and a curl, here and a curl. You see? I'm just going to repeat that little shape. Just going to fill in that middle one. Okay? And then same again. On there, on there, on there. And then from here to here. And where we finished, out, finished, out. You see, each time we're just sort of picking the line up from where we ended up, working my way in. Okay, I'm going to turn my tile a little bit just so they look a little bit different, because obviously if we have them all facing the same way, you don't get a little bit of a difference. So I've turned it into a little bit of a triangle shape, and then I'm going to start in the point and come out. From the point, work out. Okay. So just nice and easy, working our way around. Now it is a tangle we've done before, but we've never done it in a circle shape. I don't think so anyway. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, Elisa, yeah, they're on my website, on my Facebook shop. Okay, so there we go. I don't panic, I put some on just to see how we like them. If not, I can get some more in if need be. And it's the same with the pencil cases as well. I've just had some more come in, so we've got to just obviously put all the kit together, and we'll get them back out there as soon as we can. Okay, next bit. And there we are. So I'm doing exactly the same shape line, just following it all the way around, and just adding a little bit of a look in the middle. There we go. And working my way around. Same again, look. Now of course, if you were still struggling on your tile swap, thinking what on earth am I going to do, you could always swap out this shape here that we're doing, or this tangle, and you could put that tangle inside these bubbles. Just saying. There we go. Just filling it in as I go. You see now why we wanted these just that little bit larger, just so we could get this lovely pattern in there. Alright. And then into these sections we go. And exactly the same as before. I'm just going to join that there. There we go. Filling that in. And then another. Just taking my time. Getting smaller and smaller. Just turning my tile as I go, just so they sort of rotate a little bit. Here we go. Just working each one, same as before, in that little curved line. Right. Same again, look. Now hopefully, because we've done plenty of bubbles, by the time you get to the last one of these, you'll be pretty proficient with this. And it's one of those patterns that once you've done it, you'll find that you'll be doing it a lot. So it's really, just feels nice in the hand. You know, when your pen's gliding over that paper, and it just works right, and you get into a rhythm. You just work it round. It just feels like, yeah, this is comfortable for me. Next one. You see, because this one's smaller, I'm not going to get as many in, but that doesn't matter. We're just going to gradually take our time and move around that circle that we've drawn. They are a bit Rennie Mackintosh, they are, yes. Our Scottish designer. There's a couple of tangles actually that you can draw that similar kind of shape, and this one you can actually put a little bit more detail in if it was a bit larger, but we're just sort of doing the basic. When I say the basics, we're just going to keep it like this today, but you can enhance it quite a bit if you want to. There we go. You see that? I'm only going to get a small one, but that's fine. There we are. Again, just colour in that little bit there. There we go. Gently moving our way around. And You know, something about this now, I'm in the mode of it and I just want to sort of focus. I don't really want to get to the end because they're just so nice to draw. You think everything has its time. There we go. All right, just keep drawing. You wait till you see all this together. They look brilliant. There we go. Just in little sections. You only have to focus on one at a time. So don't look at the rest and think, oh my goodness, how many. Just enjoy the one you're doing. Take your time. No rush. So I'll get a little one in there. There we go. Alright, not many more now. I'm going to use that there because I've got a little line already started. I'll just work my way round. There we go. Oh, I'm going to be a rebel now. I'm going to go the opposite way. There we go. That's a little bit weird. Going the opposite way to what you're used to. Hey, took me out of my comfort zone for a minute then. Woohoo! Okay, working that. There we are. Okay. All right, shall we have a look at it? Oh, hang on. There we go. Those lovely little sort of rose shapes. They look great. I'm loving that. All right. So, there's a little bit more we need to do yet, but I think what we'll do is we'll focus around the outside to start with, and then we'll repeat bits on the middle, see how that goes. So I'm going to sort of work from this point here, and I'm going to come out and create a curve around the top, and I'm going to come all the way back almost to there. All right, and then from there I'm going to create a little bit of a wave, and then I'm going to follow the line that I did all the way back round and all the way down, so I've got that shape. Okay, and then let's just put a little bit of a ball, so it looks like there's a bubble sitting in there. Let's do another one the other way. So it's going to go just underneath there. Go a bit larger this time. Same sort of thing. And then add a little bit of a wave. And then bring it back. And along. And back down. And then of course, let's add in that little bubble there. Okay, so let's, I'm going to add another one this way. So round again, almost, okay. yeah, Little Shop of Horrors. Gosh, that's a while back. Yeah. Remember that. I think I've only ever seen it, I think I've perhaps seen it twice, that one. Yeah, I'll put a little one here. See, it doesn't matter what size they are. Doesn't matter, which way around they go. It's all about just working your way. No, Chris, yeah. Just working your way around that shape. So these lovely shapes. It's almost like a bit of a smile, then it goes to a bit of a grimace with that wavy line, and then back round, and in we go. Alright, so let's have one going slightly underneath. You know how much I like to bring things under. It just helps with that extra little bit of depth creation. There we go. See a little bit there. You see, so they're not necessarily all in a neat order. Else, if we wanted them sort of in the same way, or around the circle, we perhaps would have done a 12, 9, 6 and 3 o'clock position and then filled the gaps in. But we're not after that kind of pattern today. We're just after creating a little bit of something interesting, really, around that sort of circle of roses there. There we go. Put that one in. And again, I think I'm going to go for a larger one It's nice to sort of break up that same circle shape, isn't it? There we go. Okay, just keep working it round and put one here. Now, once you get the hang of these, you can do them sort of all in one pen stroke, but you don't have to. You can go all around and stop, and then come back in and around, and then put the bubble in. Or if you're comfortable enough, you can go all the way around, then the wave, and round. But there's no set way, whatever's comfortable for you, that's fine. I'm going to put a little one in there, look. Just sneaking in there. All right. Oh, yes, I have. Thank you. There we go. I do that a lot, and then I come back to it. And then think, oh, I should have done that. What happened there? And then I go back round and have to sort of draw it back in again. But that's fine. There we go. Okay. And one there. And around. Okay. Oh, have I got them all? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I've even got that one there. Yeah. Okay. And around. There we go. And in there. Yes, it was Hermes. I'm glad we checked the spelling on that. Oh dear, that, yeah. I can't even remember the tile that was on now or whatever we were talking, yeah. Hermes, it was spelled incorrectly. That was so funny. But yeah, it is Hermes. So if you've ordered anything via Create and Craft, it's just left the building. And I think anything on my shop that's due out, John is either on his way to the post office or he will be on his way, so that'll be going today. Okay. All right, let's have a look at that. There we look. There we go. You see how it's completely random. We don't really want it symmetrical as a sense. It's just about creating something a little bit different and just going with it, not planning it out too much. So there we go. Let's add a couple of those in here on our centre bit. Now, of course, if I was using my button, then I'd be drawing this on my button. But I'm just going to show you directly on the tile, just for now. But I'll show you how it just changes it up a bit, adding something different in there. Let's add another one. Look. Oh. See, look, forgot that one. There we are. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So next pattern then. I'll carry on in the centre, and it's one that we know pretty well and we use it a lot, and it's one of those go-to that we like to sort of include in everything if we can. There we go. Our lovely little leaf shapes there. Now I'm going to just do one, and I'll do it in slow motion so in case we need it. It's 2 lines. And I'm going to put a little curve on the top. Let's go a little bit larger. And then I'm going to start here and pull around and out. And then here, around and out. Okay. Chelsea, zingers are coming. Zingers are coming. But at the moment, let's just get our leaves in. Okay. So wherever you feel that, you know, we need a couple of these little leaves, let them grow, let them sort of evolve as ever you want them to. Okay, right, we'll have one look sneaking out here, there we go. All right, and you can always come back and add them if you need to, so it's absolutely fine. So let's now come to the outer shape here, and let's just sort of fill in and add a few of those little leaves along the way. See how they sort of grow? There we go. and they'll sort of work in between these lovely shapes that you've created. Now you don't have to have them in every one. You can have one or two or more. But, they're just nice to see how they sort of grow. There we go, look. And into there. Now you might notice as I'm turning my tile round, they sort of start to almost face the other way, and they start to sort of go at a bit of an angle. Just be aware of that, and you want to try and have them coming in at different angles if you can. So just keep turning your tile so you can get those different shapes coming in. Okay. There we are. So I'm leaving a couple of gaps. I don't want them to completely take over, you know, like weeds. And we just want to add a little bit of interest in there. There we go. All right, let's have another one there. Okay. Oh, I know, Gillian, yeah, floods everywhere. I mean, Fish Lake as well, you know, it's basically our next village. And I know they're all worried up there. So, you know, my heart goes out to you. And we said that, you know, I had to wellies to get into the unit this morning because, you know, the road outside's pretty rough. And there's quite a lot of water on it, so it's not the easiest. Yeah, sorry, I know, not a weed. But you know what I mean, yeah. Okay. And a little bit more there. So let's have another one coming there. There we go. Just sort of, you know, fill these little bits in as you go. Okay. And there we are. Just keep it going. And come my way around. Just adding them in. You see how it's sort of, it's really starting to fill in now around those edges, isn't it? Let's have a look at that. There we go. You see how it's quite full here and it's sort of working its way out. Oh yes, Sue. Yeah, it is. Kettle's on. Hey. Alright, so let's just come on in here. Add a little curve. A little dot. Do we know what's coming? Of course. First aura. And each one getting smaller and smaller. Alright, zingers are in the house. Alright, now I should sort of say don't put too many in, but you know, is there such a thing as too many? But you know your piece of work now, so if you think that you need to put a few more in, then by all means put a few more in. Okay, I'm just going to have a little bit at the end of one there. Alright, okay. So let's sort of do the same here. Let's start to add in a couple more. Now you can put more than one together. They do work well in pairs. And then I'll add a little bit of a sort of stem. Oh, let's go a bit bigger so you can see that. So what I actually did, look, a little bit of a curve with a bobble on the end. There we are, look. And it's just nice to sort of mix and match them all together as we go. There we are, see? So let's have another one coming out here. There we go. They just help to sort of, you know, put it in. You're going to get one, but you're not going to see much of it there. So I'm going to make it look as though we'd got one go behind there. That one's out in the front. Yeah. Oh, Chelsea, no, Benji's at home, sleeping. I must admit though, last night I did a bit of a sketch of a tile and then vanished upstairs for 5 minutes, and John did come up and he was like, "Is this yours, Sandra?" And it was a pile of it was a pile of bits. And Benji followed him up very quickly as if to say, "What's he got there? I don't know anything about it. It wasn't me." And then even Seth came up to add to the story to say, "Mum, it wasn't me either." But it was Benji, yeah. My tile was in about 7 pieces. That was a good job, it was just a sketch. But, you know, my fault, I left it lying around. Little monster. Oh, bless him, yeah. Oh, dear. Apparently it's very good last night, he only got Jan out of bed once. Yeah, I've got it planned pretty well actually. He comes up at night to say good night to me, and then if he wants to go out in the night, he wakes John up. I don't know how I managed that, but it worked. Oh dear. There we go. Alright. Oh, thank you, Nadia. It's, yeah. I mean, this would look nice on any colour tile, wouldn't it? Even one of the really brights, that would be quite nice. You know, but it'd be nice to come in and add a touch of white pencil, I think, on this one in a little while. So, yeah, almost done with the drawings now. Okay. There we go. So let's have a quick look. All right, okay, so there we've got a tile design as such. We've got our little bits of info there. Now we could actually come in and you know where we've got, let's have a look, some of these areas here where we've got gaps, let's just come in, fill them with bubbles, unless you can't, and then in that case, fill them with ink, just sort of around this bottom area. And again, it's just giving that little bit of depth. And sort of bringing your eye into the middle. There we are. See, I'm not going all the way up, just a little bit round that edge. So just where you can see these little, oh sorry, I'm off, off the gaps. There we are, see, just sort of filling in. There we go. And a little bit there, look. There we go. And can you weigh in? There we go. Just adding those little bubbles in. There we go. So I'm just going to do there as well. I'm not going to go too far up. In there, just sort of to finish it off, you know. There we go. It's all adding to this sort of little bit of dimensions, more and more texture each time, and really we've not done anything tricky. I suppose the trickiest one is the ones with the curls, isn't it? Is knowing where to stop the curl. But other than that, no big bother really. Let's just add a few in there just to sort of bring the outside of that frame in. There we go. Just a couple, look. And maybe a couple there, look. All right. There we go. Okay, let's have a look. All right. Okay. So next job then, we can come in with pencil, and I think I will come in with pencil first. And what we're after doing is, I think let's come around the inside of those bubbles there with the pencil. Now you can see there, look, I'm not being, oh, Mum, it is tile number, I've got to check now, hang on. There we go, 105. Woo! Okay, so yeah, I'm going straight over everything, and I'm just going all the way around the outside of that. So I'm not going to put too much emphasis in there. I'm going to come in and add a little bit of colour in that later. I think while we're here though, I will come in with my tortillon, and I'm just going to soften the edge. We might as well whilst we're working in the middle. And I'm just working around in sort of swirly motions I'm trying to keep the centre without anything at all, you see? Okay, all right. So then it comes to the outside, and again, I'm going to now do on the outside of those bubbles. And again, I'm going to come back in a little bit and I'm going to add a touch of colour to those roses, but just for now, we'll just keep it with the pencil. See, just working my way around, okay? And then these sections here, I'm just going to add that sort of little smirk. See, it's almost like a side smile to those little shapes. See? Again. And I'm not trying to think about where the light's coming from or whether the shadow's going to be right. I'm just doing them on the same section. I'm just turning my tile as I go. Oh, Chelsea, yeah, I know it does look complicated once you've got going with it, but it really isn't. You've just got to follow it in the steps. Just taking your time, there's no rush. And again, look, I'm just going to soften the edge of that shape, so it's just sort of smoothing it out a little bit. There we go. Okay, just in sections. Oh, thank you, Janet. I don't always sound like this. And I'm sure John would disagree that I'm always relaxing. I don't think so. I think it depends on where he's dropped his socks. Oh, okay. Let's have a look at that. All right, let's just add a little bit of a swirl. Mind you, if you drop socks on the floor these days, that's fair game and they belong to Benji. And you find them in his toy box or down the stairs or in the kitchen. There we go. Okay. All right. So, yeah, let's sort of bring in, I think I'm going to bring in a little bit of colour before I do the white. Oh, a touch of a cup of tea there. So, colour-wise, I think I'm going to go blue today. So, I've got here a nice pale blue. There we go. It's my Brunzeel ones. There we go. And a bit of dark blue. Obviously, the white sort of goes without saying, doesn't it? And I might actually, I'm going to bring in a bit of bright green as well. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so starting off then, let's have a look here. I'm just going to add, you see where we sort of started these flowers in the points? I'm just going to add a touch to those corners, you see? So I'm not trying to colour the whole thing. I'm just adding that touch of colour in those areas. You see, because I've used a grey tile, we're sort of getting that really, it's a little bit more vivid than if it was on the white maybe. Now, again, we're not after sort of spending hours colouring this in, unless you want to, you can by all means. So I'm just going around and adding that touch of blue, you know, just to those edges there. You know, even if you've got a little bit of, you know, pencil shading on that, it really doesn't matter. Just sort of still go with it. And I know you're looking at mine really close up and it doesn't look as though it's very neat, but honestly you just need that little hint of colour. You don't need to go in a massive amount of detail. So let's have a look at that. See, it's just giving it that little bit of colour there. And if it's really small and you can't find those corners, just add a touch where you know, just a little bit. It'll just sort of bring it out a little. There we go. Okay. And again, we don't want to be spending hours and hours colouring it. We just want to, you know, see the shadows and have that moment. It's not about taking lots of time. We've got other things as well as these. Okay. So if I bring in my dark blue, again, I'm just going to add a touch in there, right on that bottom edge, just to sort of give that a little bit of depth. There we go. So you see there, look what I've done. I'll show you on this one. I've just added just in the corner there, that little point. So hardly anything at all. Just adds it in. And I'm just going to work, oh sorry, I've gone off the page a bit. Just going to work on the low, missed one completely there. Just going to work on the larger ones. If it's a bit small, I'm not going to bother about it. There we go. See, just, in we go. It's that little bit on the edge. Okay. There we go. Might not even do all of them, might just do little bits. And it's just that hint that just brings it to life just a little bit. There we go. Okay. All right, let's have a look at that. Deb, these are the coloured pencils. So I'm going to stick with the blue. Let's just add a little bit just to one side there. See? Let's go a bit larger. There we go. So just there. I mean, you could use the pastels if you wanted to. You'd just add a little bit and then you just use your tortillon to just, you know, soften the edge a little bit. But you don't need two of these. I know it's sometimes you have to work a little bit harder with pencils. Oh, I did miss one, didn't I? Look, see, I've put the shade in, but I've not. There we go. It's in now. There we are. Okay. See, just a little bit. So I'm not even worried about blending this. It's just about that hint of colour. Okay, the green. Now, again, I'm just going to add a touch of green just to one side of those leaves. Now, honestly, when I did this earlier, I did miss a few. I had to go back and do it. If you do, it doesn't matter. You see here, I've missed a rose. Don't matter, you can go back in. And it's just about, you know, just putting that tiny little pop of colour in. Doesn't need to be a massive amount. There we go. Let's have a look at that, see? See, just adding that touch of green in there. I mean, I could have gone for a darker green. They don't have to be green. You could have used any colour, really. There we go. And of course, just a little bit. And of course, I've not done any in there either. That doesn't matter. Okay, and then the white. Now I'm going to use my sort of chalky pastel-y white, and let's go a little bit larger so you see what I'm doing. Here we go. So, oh, hang on. See that missed one? There you are. So just a little bit of white on the inside of those. You see I'm sort of on the other side of where the colour was. There we go. I might even just add a little bit, you know, on the edge of those roses. Again, I'm not going to do all of them around the outside, just a couple, just to bring it up. Let's have a look at that then. You see the difference it's made, just adding that bit of white. So I'm not even going to look at adding any, you know, smoothing to this or anything. It's just adding that touch of white on. It brings it out. See, just around the outside edge. So if you've got space, I'm not going to bother with any in that shaded area. I'm just going to pick up on it around the outside there. You see? Just little bits. And again, I'm not looking to colour it. It's just adding that little touch of a highlight. Okay. Oh, hang on a second. What was that, Lynn? Do you set it with something? Lynn, yeah, you can do. Because it's only a small amount here, I'm not going to worry about it. But if you've done a little bit, then you could use a fixative. So you can actually get like pastel fixatives. They can be quite expensive, but they are worth it. They do what it says on the tin. But if you need to sort of fix it for now and you're not so worried about it lasting forever, or you could use hairspray. It smells nice as well if you use hairspray. I always used to use that when I was at college for fixing things like that. But yeah, you can do that. You could also use the spray and shine, so you could spray varnish them if you want to, and that just fixes it completely. And with a fixative, you can actually go back in and add to it if you want to. But if you use a spray and shine like a varnish, you can't. It's stuck there forever. But whatever you want to sort of do. Okay, so here we go. So you see the difference now by just adding that little bit of white in. And I might even, yeah, I am going to. I'm going to come in and just touch on those little dots. I'm literally just touching those dots. Because we've got shadow either side of it, it's going to help bring it out as well. And I'm not even trying to sort of do a dot, I'm just sort of putting a mark on wherever it lands. There we go. There we are. Yeah, Chris, you can use a fixative on the pencil ones as well. It's absolutely fine. And that'll stop it completely going out onto your other page. Look at that. Okay, so I think what we can do, I'm just going to come in and just add a little bit of that darker blue. Here we go. Just to one side of those zingers, you see. So I'm not shading or anything. I'm just, let's just give them a little bit of attention. There we go. Now you could, if you wanted them to really stand out, you could do the other side with the white. But you don't need to if you don't want to. I'm not going to, because I don't want them to sort of completely stand out in my my little piece here. I just want to give them a little bit of attention. You see the difference there? But if I put the white on, they'd stand out a little bit too much, I think. Don't want to do that. Okay, so love that one. I think, really, really pretty. I'm just going to put my initials in there. And let's have a look. A little bit of a space there, look. But as I mentioned at the beginning, I actually drew around a button, remember? In the centre there. And sometimes it's nice to sort of do something that, again, a little bit different. Oh, a zinger. Oh, hang on a second. I'll come to it. A zinger. Here we go. You start with a curved line. You add a little bubble on the top. And then you aura around it. And then again. And then each time that aura or line gets smaller and smaller and smaller. There's your zinger. We can add a little bit of a bubble there, look. A bit of a bubble there. There it is. And then when you look at it on the actual image, you see there, look, they're all round the outside. There we go, just gives it a bit of a difference. So here we go. Back to our little button that I drew round in the beginning. What I've actually done, I actually turned my button round. See, I've not got that line on it. And I've recreated that picture on a button. You see just how it brings it to life, just a little bit, and it just changes it up. But I want to show you another one I've done. I know, because we've been talking about a little bit like embroidery and things, haven't we, recently? And I think this is what sort of sparked this off. So there's the one with the, you could either have it without or with. So you a little bit of tape on that. But then here we come with this one. So you can see here again, completely, same but completely different. And you can see here I have actually used a spray varnish on it. You see there, I've got a bit of spray. And I've just added a touch of glitter. So when it dried, the glitter sticks in it. But then I've actually stitched a button. So it just, if you wanted to, you could actually have this on a card, for example. You could then, have this so it's removable. So not only are you giving somebody a card where you've got the picture underneath, but then they could actually remove this. And I know it sounds really silly. John actually drew a little bit of a tangle on a button for me, and I've still got it in my coat pocket. I carry it around with me, and it's just lovely to have that little thing that he did as a sarcastic sort of tangle to actually something I'm going to keep. So you've got your actual tile with the image, you've got your little gift, so to speak, or something that changes it up a little bit, or you can go one step further and you can do a little bit of a badge, you know, stick a bit of a pin in the back, and it's just really nice to do, isn't it? So whatever you're into, whether you just want to keep it as a tile, whether you want to do something a little bit different, you know, and add that button in there as well, or whether you actually want to go a bit further and stitch a button, it's a nice thing to do. So really, again, just a little bit different. So there we go, tile 100 and, what was it, 105, my goodness, tile 105, plus a bit of a gift in there as well. And have fun with it, try it with some different colours, try it, you know, in different ways, and see how you go with it. And if all being well and everybody's okay, and you're up for it again on Friday afternoon, then I will see you at 2 o'clock for tile number 106. So, how would you attach the button, Yvonne? A couple of ways. You could just literally use a foam pad on the back and you could actually stick it. A little bit of sellotape, a little bit of glue, or this one, because I wanted to sort of be removable, I've actually, if I turn it around, you can see that I've actually punched 2 little holes in the tile itself, and then I've actually used a little bit of thread, threaded it round. With these ones, you could put the holes in there, you could bring the thread up and just tie it in a bow at the front, so then it would come off easily. So any option there, lots of options that you can do whatever you want, whether you tape it, whether you just attach a bit of thread on there, anything, up to you. All right, okay. Well, take care, everybody. Glad you've enjoyed it, and yeah, I look forward to seeing what you're going to do with it. All right, all being well then, I will see you Friday. Take care.